Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kicks, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on Steph Curry's newest shoe with Under Armour or Curry brand, the Curry Series 7. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and please hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. Also, if you did want to buy a pair of these, I will leave an affiliate link in the description box below. If you do purchase through that link, it does help me out directly, which is very, very much appreciated. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Curry Series 7 features a full flow outsole, and I guess it's decoupled, if you want to call it that. And it has like these, I don't know, multi-directional traction patterns. It's like almost like herringbone, but not really. And how does it perform? You know, it's been like this for many, many years now. If you all have ever played in a Curry shoe with flow, then you know exactly how it's gonna be. And traction on clean courts is freaking amazing. It's like too good, honestly. It's stop on a dime, like you're gonna pop your knee out, break your own ankle. It's that good when it comes to cleaner courts. Surprisingly, on dustier courts, I was still having pretty good traction. Definitely not the best, but compared to some of the other Curry shoes that, you know, feature flow, I feel like this one had slightly better traction, and I don't know why. I wasn't like completely sliding out or anything like that. I would sometimes slide to a stop here and there, but a wipe, and then, you know, I'd be good to go for a few plays. And same thing on super dusty courts. You know, as long as I consistently wiped, I had decent traction. I would slide to a stop sometimes, but I never completely slipped out. So I'm not sure if they like tweaked the flow in here or not. But yeah, surprisingly, you know, compared to the other Curry models that do have flow, I do think that this one performed actually a little bit better. So yeah, traction overall was pretty good. So moving on to the cushion. This is where the flow in the Curry models changes. The cushion setup is completely different from what we've seen in Curry shoes from the past, like 5 years or so. They actually put a good foam in here. It is a flow outsole technically, but you also have this layer of supercritical foam. That's just what Under Armour is calling it. I don't know what type of foam it actually is, but it is a supercritical foam. And how does it feel? It's nice to actually have some sort of cushion in a Curry shoe. Finally, thank you. You do actually feel a little bit of bounce in here. You have pretty good impact protection, or I would say adequate impact protection. You still feel decently low to the ground. You feel very responsive, but like I mentioned, you still have some impact protection and a little bit of bounce, which is nice to get from a Curry shoe, because, you know, from the previous models that feature full-length flow, it's just been a brick basically, right? It's just a straight up dead cushion. You feel very, very responsive, and that's about it. Whereas in here, you finally get a little bit of that actual cushion aspect. So I actually really like what they did with this, you know, with the flow outsole and a supercritical foam midsole. So yeah, overall cushion still on the responsive side, but it is nice that you finally get some impact protection and a little bit of bounce out of it as well. Personally, I actually really like this cushion setup. So moving on to the materials, the Curry Series 7 features what Under Armour is calling a whisper thin mesh. And yes, it is very, very thin. In terms of the quality, it doesn't feel premium or anything like that, especially for the price of the shoe. It's just super cheap feeling, but it is, like I mentioned, very thin, very soft, conforms to the foot very nicely. On top of that, on the higher wear areas, you do have like this fuse. And yeah, that's kind of here to give the shoe some additional structure, because if that wasn't here, it would definitely probably have some issues in the support. But as it stands, I mean, the materials do the job well in terms of the performance. They're super lightweight, very breathable. And yeah, I mean, besides the actual quality of the materials, I can't really complain too much. Moving to the tongue, you do have like this foam backed mesh tongue, or like neoprene tongue. And there's not a lot of padding on here or anything, but if you do like to crank down your laces, I didn't feel the laces digging into the top of my foot, which is awesome. You do have like these semi-wide flat laces as well, which kind of probably helps with that. But yeah, overall, like I said, the material quality is definitely not the best, but in terms of the performance, I do think it gets the job done just fine. So moving on to the fit, I'm a slightly wide footer and I went true to size, and honestly, I felt pretty fine in these. I don't think wide footers will have too much of an issue, or at least slightly wide footers. As far as normal footers and narrow footers go, I think going true to size is your best bet as well. If you have extremely wide feet, maybe go up a half size. You might feel this foam digging into your foot a little bit, but honestly, I really can't say because I don't have really wide feet, but for the most part, I think everyone should be good going true to size. As far as the actual fit of the shoe goes, I think it's really good. I didn't have any dead space up in the toe box area, and although this doesn't actually have a one booty upper, the fit was still very, very good. I think the materials are so malleable that when you do crank down the laces, the materials literally just hug right over your foot, which is awesome. And also, another thing is, since this isn't a half booty upper, the tongue does have this little slit in here, which the laces go through to make sure that that tongue doesn't move around or anything. So that's also a nice feature because, it's not a half booty upper. Overall, I would say it is a very nice fitting shoe and pretty friendly to slightly wide footers. And yeah, overall, fit was good. True to size is probably your best bet. So moving on to the support. Personally, I had zero issues with the support in the shoe. You do have an internal heel counter. You do have like this giant foam piece in the back as well. And all of this is pretty stiff and rigid, which does give you adequate heel lockdown, adequate heel containment. Like I already said, I have no heel slippage in this shoe. As far as side to side movement on the footbed goes, I think you're gonna be perfectly fine. You actually sit inside of this foam a little bit, so the foam does act as a sidewall, so you aren't sliding around on that footbed. And when it comes to hard lateral movements, you're pretty much covered there as well. Like I already mentioned, you do sit inside this foam, and this thing does have a fairly wide base, and the foam or the outsole does protrude out to form outriggers in different areas like here and here. So yeah, you even have an outrigger on the medial side as well. So you're gonna be covered there. As far as torsional rigidity and stability goes, you're gonna be covered there as well. You do have this TPU plate right here. I do believe that this is some extra TPU right here to kind of give that forefoot area a little bit more structure and rigidity as well. So yeah, overall support in here is good. What I will say though is maybe if you are a super, super big, heavy person, the materials, like I said, they are very flimsy, so maybe you have some containment issues if you're super big and you're putting a lot of torque into your shoes. But me, I'm not a big person at all. I'm not heavy at all either. So I had no issues whatsoever. So the Curry Series 7 retails for $160, and $160 is a pretty expensive shoe. Is it worth the price? I would say yes and no. So I think the people that'll really like this shoe are people that, like the traction of Flow outsole, but didn't like the type of cushioning that the Flow provided, because this doesn't have a full Flow outsole midsole combination anymore. It does have that super critical foam layer, and it does make the shoe feel much nicer compared to the Fox 2 or the Fox 1 or the Curry 12, 11, 10, 9, I forget how far back it goes, but yeah, the Curry Series 7 is definitely a step in the right direction for the Curry line. Whether or not this is his signature shoe, I don't know. Curry Series 7, I don't know where they got that name from or anything. But yeah, this is supposed to be Steph Curry's super shoe, and I definitely wouldn't call it that. But yes, it is a step in the right direction. I do like how it plays, and I do prefer it over the previous Curry models. The only downside is the fact that it is $160. And for $160, like I said, that is a pretty expensive price for the quality of the shoe that you're getting. But nonetheless, it is still a very fun shoe to play in. And in my opinion, I do think that this is the best Curry shoe out as of now. So yeah, take that as you will. If you did want to buy a pair of these, I'll leave an affiliate link in the description box below. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment, smash that thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out. Check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Till next time, peace.